Hey, this is Todd Clark. I'm sitting here at the video show, formerly known as the GV Expo, December 4th and 5th at the DC Convention Center at the TIVA booth, Television Internet Video Association, where memberships are cheap, discounted, and you should come down. If you still have an hour to get here, make it over here. If you're looking at this at a later date, check out where we are in terms of all of our programming and panels. But I'm sitting here with a co-chair, my co-chair, or his co-chair, I'm his co-chair.
We're both each other's co-chairs.
We're co-chairs of the TIVA Peer Awards, the 23rd annual TIVA Peer Awards. So Zeke and I have been working together the last couple of years on the TIVA Peer Awards. And if people are wondering what that is, we recognize excellence and achievement across 70 different production and skill categories. Work gets submitted, and we'll talk a little bit about deadlines in a second. Work gets submitted and is judged by a group of peers who have been carefully vetted for your particular category, expertise and whatnot. And then the recommendations are made, and we award along a gold, silver, or bronze status, gold being the highest pinnacle of success. So, Zeke, we made some big changes.
This year.
So talk about it. So what is Film Freeway? And
so let's get back to that. So we used to have an old submission system that had felt like it ran its course.
It got expensive.
It got really expensive. No names shall be mentioned. But it got a little expensive. But also we also wanted to try and reach out new audiences, new markets. DC TIVA is really DC centric, but the video show behind you. But the Peer Awards, we actually service anybody in the Mid-Atlantic, from Maryland, Delaware, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, DC. So that 6-state area we try and cover. So this is using Film Freeway, we had the ability to reach out to more people who are not just TIVA members. And that's the thing, is the Peer Awards are not just about TIVA members. There are many production houses in the area that have submitted pieces to the Peer Awards. And so you can check us out at filmfreeway.com/TIVA Peer Awards and submit there.
And it's a pretty easy process, in part because we have two levels of support. Actually, three. The third would be to contact either Zeke or I.
Exactly.
But the first two are, we have an FAQ, I think, on our site, which talks about it. But then Zeke put together a really great how-to walkthrough video. Those who've been used to the older system may see some differences, and that's a learning curve. But if you're submitting for the first time, hey, welcome to Film Freeway. This is exactly how it's done. It's not that complicated.
And the thing is, there's a lot of independent filmmakers out there who are looking for ways to get their work out. And this is a great opportunity to be judged by your peers. So cinematographers are being judged by cinematographers or cinematography categories. Editing categories are being judged by editors, and color grading as well, directors, and there are skills as well as production categories. So it's about the skill-based, including acting,
and voice talent,
to just full productions, including VR, AR, podcasts. I believe we do have a category for series.
We're looking for at least 6 episodes as part of your series. If your intention is to do a bigger series, great, but we want to recognize those who, I hate to say this, but put the work in and have 6 programs under their belt in
That's
the
great.
series.
And the thing is, we get a lot of really great, there's a lot of really great talent in the area. There's a lot of really great talent in our field, and we love celebrating the excellence therein. I entered the last year for the first time. I went a couple of years ago, and then you roped me, as an attendee. Finally had the opportunity to go, and then you roped me into being part of the board.
So I'm going to take a moment to do that right this moment. So if you are out there and are thinking, should I join TIVA? Of course you should, because if you're a media professional, we really are keeping pace with our monthly calendar of workshops and panels and discussions, a listserv which will answer any technical, creative, and visionary question. You can find a job, look for a job. But if you are interested in diving in a little deeper,
helping out, giving back to the
community, gaining some additional contacts and networking, serving on the board, and being a part of our 2020 schedule, it would just be really exciting to have your ideas and your input. We've got panels we've already sort of thought through for some of the calendar year, and still some slots left. So if you have that passion for being more deeply involved in the community, as Zeke said, and giving back, but you're also giving to yourself, because I feel like I'm on a PBS NewsHour looking for contributions. But wait, there's so much more. But there really is. It's a great way to get connected and have people get to know who you are.
And when I actually talk to people about TIVA, about what we bring to the table, I always say that I wish I had done it 8 years earlier, because I was heavy into my career at that point, and I knew my small circle, coming to the video share, the formerly known as GV Expo, and then 8 years into my career, I was at the expo, and I stumbled across the TIVA booth. It was right next to Women in Film and Video and VPA, and but
who we partner with on
we
projects
partner with them
all
on
the time.
a lot of time, and I wish at that point I had done it 8 years sooner, because the trajectory my career could have taken is just huge. The thing is, there's a knowledge base out there, and there are questions that you may actually know the answer to, even though you're new. You're a new face out there. You are an industry expert.
Exactly. So let's talk a little bit about, we have a couple minutes left. Deadlines for this year.
Oh, this is the most exciting part, because one of the big things with the Peer Awards previously, we stopped submissions September. So we lost a whole quarter of celebrating a year. We do go back. Anything the past 2 years is eligible. However,
1 year,
we just missed
this year and the year past.
It's just so this year with Film Freeway, and that's part of the other exciting part of this, part of the impetus, but was to extend the deadlines all the way to the end of the year, end of the calendar year. So December 31st, midnight, the stroke of midnight, December 31st, you have until that night to submit your pieces for the Peer Awards.
And you have this week to catch a flash sale.
Oh, it's great. It's great. Actually, because of the video show and everything, and the holiday we just had, we wanted to extend this flash sale to everybody. I guess you can't really call it a flash sale.
We're extending.
It's a great sale because for the video show, 20% off. Right?
Exactly. It's flash news because we're keeping the standard
Breaking
rates.
News.
Exactly. So now is the time to really get your submission in. And when we say submission, it really needs to be just the information about the work. If your work is 75% done, finish it up by December 31st, but at least get into the system.
The great part about Film Freeway, this is the best part about Film Freeway. Well, one of the best. There's so many good things about Film Freeway. But one of the best parts is that you can submit now. You can pay for it now, and you can upload a link, but then you're like, it wasn't quite done. I had a couple of fixes, made it a little bit better. You can go ahead and just re-upload the link to that same submission you've already done.
Just like on Vimeo, you're at the same Vimeo
URL, and it's great. So I've already submitted like 2 pieces that I know aren't finished. They're rough drafts at this point, but I know they're going to be done by December 31st, and I just have to re-upload that link, and I'm done.
Think of it as a placeholder where you're securing that cheaper rate. The other part of Film Freeway is this festival.
Oh yeah, so that's the greatest part.
Yeah.
So with Film Freeway, because it's for film festivals specifically, and it actually worked really well with what we do in our field, but we had to have a festival. And one of the things that we couldn't do at our former galas was we didn't have enough time to see the great work. Because it was like, we have a little 10-second tease. That's like never enough.
So a minute or so of a gold submitted work, and the rest of it, you're on your own. This year, you were going to be invited to this festival.
We have the ability to show more at an actual film festival screening. So we'll be able to see some of the gold work, gold awardees, and nominees, actually, possibly. We're still, going through or starting the judging process soon, and then we'll actually be able to have that all fleshed out. But that'll be the following. We're still working on a couple of details there, but so really excited about it.
Go TIVA-DC.org is the website. We're on Facebook, so check us out in both places. We're still getting the last details of our venue, and it's worth the wait. But definitely get your work submitted. And this we're calling it, I think that we'll probably come up with a different name by the time we get there, but the TIVA Peer Awards Festival of Excellence. That's how I've been referring to it.
Ooh, actually, that's that almost writes itself, doesn't it?
TIVA Peer Festival of Excellence. So your full-length versions, and we're going to do a couple of other little things, a directors roundtable and some other kinds of networking and reception. So 2 big events coming up in the spring. But check out TIVA-DC.org. Consider becoming a member. And it's been great talking to Zeke.
It's been fun.
We'll continue
to work together.
Continue to work together? Okay.
Yeah, I suppose.
So handshake live. We still got about an hour left. We're going to talk to the video show folks themselves. And if you're looking at this past the December 5th deadline or date, definitely check out our website. There's all kinds of new panels that are coming up all the time. And if you become a member, access to the listserv. So great. Thanks, Zeke.
Thanks so much.
All right, man.